Now let's dig right into it, guys. The auto-ship's going to be 130. All right, that 130 is going to equate to 80 personal volume. And by the way, that auto-ship, we're getting all the products, we're getting all the services, all that awesome stuff from Disrupt. Now let's go to the chart. The personal volume requirement for each rank, all right, that's all this number is. But you're going to have 80. So you don't need to even worry about this stuff until you hit these very high ranks. Then you'll need a little bit more volume. All right, so that's all that means. Then you go to qualified volume. All this essentially means is the enough volume to hit that rank. So for instance, the first rank, base camp, all you need is 200 to hit base camp. For ascent, all you need is 2,500 to hit ascent. To Olympus, 100,000 to hit Olympus. Easy. Okay, leg maximum. Now this comp plan is 3 legs, no more, no less. All right, guys. So what does that mean? Is that you need to space out your people, obviously. So when the 35%, what does that mean? Is that you can have no more than 35% per leg to equate to that volume. All right. So you just divide your qualified volume by 35%, by 40% or times it, whatever, and you'll get that estimate. So if it's 100 people and you have like 35%, you can only have 35 people per leg. As simple as that. Okay. Now, base commission is essentially what it sounds like. Base commission. It's what you're guaranteed once you hit that rank, no matter what. Okay, so for instance, once you hit Tetons, you're guaranteed $1,500. Once you hit Olympus, you're guaranteed $10,000. All right, now this is where a lot of people get confused. They think with this override maximum thing, right? They think that you're guaranteed all this money. Wrong. You're only guaranteed roughly 50 to 70% of it. Or I should even use the word guaranteed, because I can be a little off or it can be a little more or a little less, I should say. Okay, but for instance, again, this example with Tetons, right? This is up to $3,000. What override maximum was a pool and profit from the company. So as the company is growing, as it's expanding internationally and making so many profits and revenue, right? And they're upscaling, right? We're all going to get more percentages of this override maximum. But from previous comp plans from different companies, you can pretty much assume you're going to get roughly 50 to 70%. You're not going to get the full 95 or 90% of the override maximum. It just does not work. So if you want to lowball it, I would say anywhere from 50%, even upward to 70, 75. So that's the way you got to really gauge it when it comes to override maximums. Okay, now I'm going to go to the second part of the way that we get paid, which is the generation pay. This is beautiful, guys. Erase everything I said previously, that first few minutes. This is the second way we get paid. It's all by personal enrollments. All right. So as you can see here, you get 30% of your personal enrollments, and then it goes to level 1 to level 7. Okay. You get 10% off that. So technically, it's like 8 levels. I hope that makes sense. All right. So let me break that down to you guys. 130 times 30% equates to roughly, it's like $39, but put 40 to round it up, make the numbers easy for you guys. You're getting about $48 per person. Okay. And then for your 10%, you're making roughly around $13 per person. Residually, instantly. Okay. Now, if you're not visual, let me break it down to you. This is you. You get 3 people in. You're making 40, 40, 40. That's 120 residually every single month. Okay, that's instant and residual. Okay, now let's say that one person brought one guy in, then that guy brought one guy in, then that guy, you're making extra $13 residual. Does that make sense? You following me? Now, let's say that second guy right here brought in someone, then this guy brought in someone. This is all based off personal enrollments, right? So you just brought in 3 people, and then they each kind of just brought in one person who brought in one person, right? And that would generate you almost $200 residually. Okay, this is the power of generation pay. So heavy recruiters are going to kill this. Even if you're not a heavy recruiter, you bring someone who's a heavy recruiter who has a large network, they're going to absolutely explode this. And not to mention, if you bring in 5 guys who bring in 5 guys who bring in 5 guys, and I'm not talking about the restaurant here, right? It can just Just use your imagination, guys. It gets crazy. All right. And that goes all the way deep to 7 levels. Now, granted, you have to hit these ranks to attain the generational pay. All right. So I'll show you right here. As you see in generation unlocked, you hit Ascent, you unlock level 1. Tetons, you unlock level 2. Andes, you unlock level 3. That's the way it works, guys. As soon as you start to climb these ranks, you start to unlock these levels, you know, which are obviously going to, in my opinion, make you even more money than your main residual if you do it right and you're putting people in, you're locking in leaders, you're duplicating all those things. It's just, you know, it's awesome in my opinion. You can't go wrong with it. So let me break down to you guys some numbers. With Basecamp, you just do simple math. 200 PV divided by 80, you got 3 people to hit it. So you basically, you got to remember you're making money off your personal enrollments here. So you're making, let's say you bring in 3 people. That's $120 residually, plus your 20 base commission, plus your $50 override. You bring in 3 people and you're going to be in profit, which is great for newbies. Okay. Now again, let's start with Belay. You do the math again, that's roughly 16 people. All right. And you're going to make, you know, anywhere from 150 to 1,000, you know, in override maximum, plus your personal enrollments. But honestly, remember the override maximum probably make like 50%, so maybe $600-$700 depending. It doesn't matter. 16 people. Then you go to the next rank, Tetons, right? This is going to be the sweet spot of the comp plan, in my opinion, by far. All right, because you have a team of 5,000, 63 people roughly, and you're going to make 1,500 base commission up to 3,000 override. So you can equate that maybe 1,000, 1,500 to even up to 2,500. So roughly, let's just say 2K to 4K just off 63 people on your squad as a team, as a unit. These do not have to be all personally enrolled, but it's just a team, guys. And let's not mention that now your level 2 is unlocked. Do you see the money coming in? This is very doable, especially for people on our team. Okay. Now, Rockies, if you say you want to hit 5 figures, and you're not even impressed with these numbers, all right, you want to hit 5 figures a month, right? Now, all you have to do essentially is have a team. I did the math of roughly 438 people, okay? And you'd roughly, you know, after doing the override, the base commission, probably 7, 8, 9K, roughly, probably. And then on top of that, your generational pay, let's not forget about that. Level 4 is unlocked, okay? You're easily gonna break 5 figs with that. Granted, you're obviously recruiting, you know, you're moving at a decent pace. It's not like you're not doing anything at all. You can you'll break five figures a month easily with this, guys. It is very doable. The comp plan is made, you know, so the average person can win, the average teams can win, and not only that, but you're enjoying the products, you're enjoying the services. Thanks for taking the time to watch the video, guys. Here was the complete breakdown. Any questions,